Hi guys, can you hear me? Please confirm. Okay, guys. So sorry for being a bit late. We're moving to YouTube emails. We've been doing emails on Telegram whole last year, and now I think let's try YouTube. It works a bit better, I think, but I forgot how it works actually. So we needed some time to get started. But now everything is fine, and let's just proceed with our regular Fridays AMA, which we never miss. So what happened on Waves last week? We were preparing the release of Waves 1.5. It's almost there. I thought we would be able to release it this week, but it took a little more time than we had expected. As you know, if you're like technically inclined, in this release, actually the system state will be distributed. So usually blocks are distributed. In the next release, we add this feature where we can just broadcast the state of the system. So the team, the core team has been preparing the system state, and it takes some time. So at the beginning of next week, we will release Waves 1.5, and the miners will be able to start voting for the activation. So just a few days, some delays, as always, more or less, but it's okay, you know. So we always deliver. This is probably the most important thing which is happening now, like publicly. Behind the scenes, under the hood, a lot of other things are happening. Namely, we are preparing the marketing campaign for Waves 2.0 or units.network. As this is like another name for it, because this is not only an upgrade of Waves chain, it's a launch of a whole new ecosystem, actually, of interconnected side chains compatible with Ethereum. So it needs some preparation. There's going to be a big retro drop campaign and a big marketing campaign. So we will distribute some tokens for liquidity provision. There is a lot of interesting ideas that you will find out about soon. So this is like the most important thing that is happening now. And a lot of other things, actually, for example, WX, like discussing ecosystem projects, WX burned 1 million tokens today, WX tokens, because as you know, currently half of WX fees go to buyback of WX, and that WX is actually burned. You know, so it's working. The WX price goes up. There is more liquidity in the pools. It just started, but I think it's fine. And WX, despite all those issues that our DEX faced last year, is coming back. And it's just the beginning. In January, there's going to be synthetics, at least in test mode, and a lot of things. So maybe if you ask me during the EMA, I will elaborate. So this is it basically, yeah. New release and preparation of 2.0 launch units dot network. It's gonna take time. We haven't started with the campaign yet. So if you are asking why there is not like a lot of activity, because we haven't started yet. It needs some careful preparation. And business development, obviously, because the thing is we need to have a lot of projects launching on units immediately. So we're talking to different projects, we're talking to VCs. It takes time. But what is the most important? We should launch it properly and it should go to the moon. Okay, so let's make maybe this email a bit more fun, and at the same time, let's advertise, let's promote some product on Waves. So and I'm really sorry that guys you don't use Axley, because I think Axley is an amazing product and project, and it has a very nice feature where you can stake your Waves and receive around 15% APY in Waves itself. So there is no impairment loss. There's no risk actually. So so there is systemic risk always in DeFi, but there is no risk of some kind of depegging or something else. So you deposit your Waves, not other tokens, but Waves. You can also deposit something else, but I'm talking about Waves. And you get interest in Waves, around 15%, which is much higher than Waves native staking interest, which is around 6, maybe to 7% currently. So what we're gonna do, guys? So I'm gonna share the link to Axley, to this product, and let's play some FOMO. Until the end of the EMA, you can deposit your Waves, starting from 10 Waves. And the last depositor will have his or her Waves doubled. Very simple. Hopefully it's not going to be 1 million Waves or maybe even 10,000 Waves. In this case, it's going to be a problem. But let's see how it goes. So I will share the link just to make some light entertainment for you during the EMA. Let me open Axley. Sorry, it will take me a bit of time because I was trying to launch the stream and couldn't prepare all the links in advance. But bear with me. It's not going to take long. And meanwhile, you can just type your questions in the chat. Yeah. Actually, what's wrong with Axley? The app is not launching. Yeah, maybe this is only. Yep. Let me find the link. Sorry, guys. I have a link somewhere. Yep, this is the link. So guys, okay, so until the end of the CME, you have an opportunity to check out this awesome product, which pays you 15% APY in waves. You deposit waves, you get your waves back anytime without any lock. And the person who deposits last will get his or her waves doubled. Start from 10 waves, so there is no like dust. And the minimum deposit is 10 waves. Okay, so we are done with the introduction, and now to your interesting questions. I will scroll up, so I'll start like from the bottom and I will scroll up. Dmitry is asking when Pete can fly. It's in the works. He's getting ready. He's training. He eats well. He sleeps well. He's getting ready, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, guys. And for example, as with Solana stablecoin, meme coin, Bonk, it was launched long ago, like maybe a year and a half ago or a year ago, but it went to the moon only now. So there is some preparation for Pete now. He needs to get ready, but it's coming. John Doe, this is your real name, of course. In your opinion, what is the target circulation of XTM? XTM should eventually go to zero, not in terms of price, but in terms of circulation, because the idea is to basically burn all XTM. So eventually, like it should go to zero, the supply. The price can be, on the other hand, much higher than zero. When good news? Man, we have so much good news, like every day, you know. So what good news do you want? Elaborate. So next week, waves 1.5. Awesome news, I think. And like I think mid-January, like a bit maybe later, around the 20th, there's going to be the launch of the campaign. Okay, guys, more questions. Is Neutrino Index Fund delayed? Check out the announcement from the Neutrino team. Basically, they're launching an index fund on EVM chains first to attract liquidity, and then it will be like carried over to Waves. When Pete $1? I don't think it's gonna take too much time. I'm going to be in a Korean movie. Wow, man, hi, long time no see. There is some awesome Korean movies. Actually, I liked actually a lot of them. So I hope you're gonna be famous. My famous Korean movie is Old Boy. I think this is a great movie. What about you guys? Just wanted to say you're doing great. I'm doing my best, I would say. What's the bottle behind you? Show us. Yeah. Yeah, there was some gift, you know. I think people saw it because it was like here for maybe half a year, but it's still not opened, as you can see. Yeah. Guys, more questions. Did you burn Pete? Yeah, let's just accumulate a bit and burn on Monday, I think. What about launching the new XTM? Yeah, so it can be launched on any EVM chain. So I think the launch should be like on multiple chains at once. Any updates on swap and serve to L2MP? A bit later it will happen because we still have time. Will the waves pump to $5-6 after? Man, you know, people have been asking me the price questions for years, but I've never come up with a good reply, you know, with a good comeback, with a humorous comeback. It's very hard. How do I know, man? I have no freaking idea. Can you understand this? Like we're working, we're like doing marketing, and it should be reflected in the price, you know. So I'm not pumping waves. You know, I think like market manipulation is not really the best thing, you know, because it will like it will blow back in your face, you know, sooner or later. So don't do market manipulation. Be good. Don't do market manipulation, guys. Why are we here in YouTube instead of Telegram? I liked the AMA before the new year, and I decided to do YouTube for now. If it's not working out, we can get back to Telegram, no problem. But I think it's nicer in a way, you know. Guys, don't forget to deposit your waves into Axley because it's a very good product. You earn 15% APY in waves, and I'm like, I'm really devastated that people don't use it because you're in waves, you have waves, you're not gonna sell it probably anytime soon. So why not use this amazing product which will multiply your waves, so and there is no like strings attached. Basically, you can deposit anytime, you can take it back anytime, there is no lock, there is nothing, it's just exactly as advertised. Check it out. I'm not like I want you to use this product. When synthetic assets, yes, so on testnet until the end of January. Yeah. So basically, Neutrino team is preparing the Ethereum launch, EVM launch. Let's put it this way, and it's taking them a bit more time. So yeah, they asked the community for understanding, and in return, they offered to reward the community with additional power tokens, which the DAO had received from Mother DAO. And basically, the initial idea was to burn them, but since this proposal came up, now they will be distributed to the DAO participants. Yep. Let me share again and again. Yes, this. Yes, guys. Use this awesome Xly. Xly is a nice website. A nice graphic design. I think the product works without a hitch. So check it out, please. Who won KuCoin Waves giveaway? KuCoin actually conducted, not us. So I don't know. Someone did. Sasha, made whale shake. Because Sasha main thing when waves pump, the more people will come. Yeah, man. But I'm not pumping waves. I'm like creating. If you wanna like dwell on the topic of price, actually. So what teams, not only us, but teams in general do, they create conditions for the price to go up by developing the product and marketing. Like, let me ask you one question, actually. Yeah, so let's just, this is a price question, is very infamous. So do you think Elon pumped Tesla stock? No, I think he didn't actually, but he created all the conditions for market makers, for big investment firms to buy, and for retail to buy. And because he's a very good marketer and promoter, so he didn't buy Tesla stock because he has it, so he doesn't need more probably. He's selling it actually to you guys, so he's not pumping, but he's creating the conditions. And this is what any public company should do, and any blockchain project is actually a public company because you have a publicly traded asset. And this is what we are trying to do as well. Waves funny note. Hi, Galka. Are you planning? There's a question about Waves staking program in Binance, but it is there. Check it out, actually. And they pay you a good interest. Not all centralized exchanges have Waves staking, but Binance does, I'm sure. So Waves 1.5 next week. Yes. I'm holding my breath and waiting. What's your favorite Korean movie? Yeah, Binance staking APY is not the highest for sure, because the highest is Xly. Check out Xly. It's 15%, man. Like, you put uh, your waste into Xly, you get it out anytime, you get 15% APY, man. It's amazing. It's a miracle. I didn't go on my honeymoon. Why, man? You should. Mr. Perks, hi, man. There are so many crypto scammers these days. Absolutely. And do you plan to list L2NP token on any exchange? Basically, I'm still thinking, because there is not so much time before the launch, but it is possible. Well, let me just, compose the whole plan, because it's kind of intricate, and it might include listing L2NP as well. Give me more questions. Guys. I want you to do two things. I want you to stake with Xly, and I want you to ask me any questions you have. You may flood as well if you want, because we're not doing those AMAs in the FAT channel anymore, because enough is enough. But the moderation is still very slight, so there's no heavy moderation. If you're gonna start cursing and cussing me out, probably in this case, you'll be silenced. But otherwise, ask me any questions. When Waves ETF? It's launched now. It's launched. I approved it. Not Gary, but myself. I approved it. Numerous update. Yeah, last time actually I said that, guys. So somehow the DAO failed to gain traction because there was some request to the community to deposit some XTM. It kind of didn't work out. So probably it will be launched without fundraising. So let's just find the proper time, because currently I'm focusing on units, and if we launch units properly, we won't need to do any more fundraising, like never. I mean, like, I won't do any fundraising, or do it in some very different way, I would say, So if we are able, because there is some problem also with resource, so probably to launch it, we would need some more coders. If you guys can still fill the treasury with 1 million XTM, it will be launched very fast. Otherwise, it's gonna take some more time. But the plan is still to do it in any case. And if it happens after units network launch, it will happen without fundraising. How auto stakers will receive payouts from nodes? Is there any smart contract? It's going to be similar to the current setup. So there is no, like, at least this is my thinking at the moment, because it can be changed actually. So my idea here is to mimic the setup that we have with Waves leasing. So basically, you lease your Waves to a miner, and miner shares his profits with you. So I think we should do the same with L2MP. Maybe do some reasons, technical stuff related to forks. Maybe you won't be able to like lease and unlease immediately. There's going to be some timeout of maybe like 10,000 blocks, which is like a week till you can change your minor. Are you in jail? Yes, I am in jail. Yes, of course. Yes, I'm in jail of your love and affection, my friend. Are you really a theoretical physicist? Yeah, I actually am. Yeah, I graduated from theoretical physics department of Moscow State University, and I had been doing physics as a PhD for 3 years later in Germany. But I don't have PhD. I didn't finish my PhD. I'll tell you sometime why, but like sometime later. I was doing gravity mostly. Gravity, then I did nuclear physics, some pretty weird stuff, some like new physics directions that kind of died actually during those years. But mostly I was doing gravity, not quantum gravity, but classical gravity mostly, general relativity. Um, Sorry, I have just joined. What I assume not price. This is yeah. 1.5 Bitcoin, the price of waves. Yeah, so this is a release. So there is like waves one now, or like waves not one, waves 1.4. I forgot. I'm sorry. Like the digit of the last release, the last digit. Now we have like some kind of transition release between waves one and waves two. This is waves 1.5. This is some kind of like preparatory stage for waves 2.0, which will be launched around March. But it's very interesting in its own right because it will make this the network much faster, and you will be able to run a full node. Basically, it's going to be somehow a light node, like, but you will be able to not only verify blocks with a light node, but also participate in mining, which is not the classical light node. So you'll be able to run a full node on a very cheap hardware on basically on a VPS. So and there is some other ideas which I like. BAI update, please. You should ask them. I'm like, I am a speaker for some project on Waves, some projects, but not for all of them. I sure do know BAI guys, Mark and Christopher, but they're a very independent team, you know. I've never seen Christopher like in real life, but I did meet Mark, I think, a couple times. Any other ideas for neutrino? Man, it's gonna be very interesting. You don't really understand what index fund means. You will like it. You will like it. Peter Ruddy, back to LTMP listing. I think it makes sense considering, yes, I think it could make sense. It could make sense. Because L2MP, how it's gonna work? So it's gonna work for some time and it will be used to get unit zero token. And not only before the network launch, but also after. So it's gonna last. It's not gonna last forever though. It's gonna last, I think, for like 2 years. But during that time, I think it makes sense to actually treat L2MP as an asset in its own right. And if we do that, it means that we could probably get listed on centralized exchanges as well, because we can't really, you know, disregard centralized exchanges. There is so many people there, and I'm not really following much, but sometimes like recently I checked out some exchanges, KuCoin for example, some Gate.io, MaxC, and they have made amazing progress actually in terms of like interfaces, functionality. They're very established businesses, so and it doesn't look they're gonna go away. I think they're doing great currently. So even if I don't really support centralization in crypto, we need to reach out to communities. We need to reach out to people. And if those people congregate around centralized exchanges, we have to be there as well. It's very simple. Gravity waves. Yeah, waves. Name actually comes not from like sea waves, but from gravitational waves. Because this idea came to me when gravitational waves were discovered, like in experiments. Theoretically, they were predicted long time ago, maybe a century ago, actually. But they were discovered and like in the real world, so like 7 years ago. Carlos, hi Carlos. Carlos is our Spanish ambassador. Will Pete be listed on other exchanges? Yes, it will be listed, yes. When's the marketing? As I said at the beginning, we are preparing the campaign, which I will start in the end of January, mid-January, it's like around the 20th of January. Explain more about EVM. Yeah, so what should I explain? Actually, so the network that we're launching, units.network, is going to be an EVM network, which means that it will be compatible to Ethereum and to all Ethereum forks. Polygon, Arbitrum, whatever you have, because EVM, this is not something that, something unique, and it's not really better. What is EVM actually? This is a model of computation. This is a smart contract platform, which Ethereum uses. And it has its drawbacks, it has its like strong points, but it's basically it's an industry standard, whether you like it or not. So, and actually, I think it's time for ways to reach out to everyone, because somehow probably we were in some niche, and I don't think it makes sense to stay in a niche, because you have to be accessible and you have to be for all, like justice for all, ways for all, so, and this is what we're gonna do. So we'll have to deal with the current market status. So if EVM you can't say that EVM has really won, because for example, Solana is doing fine and some other non-EVM chains, and Waves is not dead yet. So, but I think we have to be more accessible to developers in the first place, and this is what we're gonna do. So that network that we are launching of like interconnected sidechains built on top of Waves will be EVM compatible. Is it the goal of the marketing campaign to push higher volatility price to motivate XTN swaps? Actually, you may say so, because it should increase the demand for LTMP, and as you know, XTN is like swappable to LTMP at 1-to-1 ratio, which does not make sense now because LTMP price is lower than XTN price, but it might actually change if LTMP price goes higher. Sasha, can you explain what exactly is L2 layer? Sure, buddy. So you have like layer 1, which is like a usual blockchain, which probably can't process too many transactions because scalability hasn't been resolved for blockchains yet. So what they are trying to do, you are trying to create more chains, like multiply chain space, and launch some networks on top of your original chain. those networks are like some kind of like light networks, so they don't have the full functionality, and they probably are targeted, for example, at a single D app. For example, you can launch your own DEX on an L2 sidechain, and you can transfer liquidity from original chain to that sidechain, and also you can transfer it back. So what those L2s do, they basically multiply chain space. They do not increase and improve scalability, like throughput, the number of transactions you can send of the original chain. They try to resolve this issue by multiplying the number of chains and connecting them. So it's not a true scalability. So this is not the end game for crypto and for DLT and for decentralization technology. But this is some end game of the direction that basically crypto has taken maybe around 2020. As you can see, Vitalik is not talking about sharding anymore, so, and everybody's talking about L2s and scaling blockchains through launching those like light chains connected to the main chain. But this is not the end. After this problem has been resolved, and I think it will be resolved because it's possible to resolve it, like to find some like final solution, some platform which allows you to launch those chains in a very simple way. This is what we're gonna do, at least try to do. And after that, people will be back to resolving the issue of layer one scalability. That is the scalability of those like original chains. So in a perfect world, we would have one chain, just one chain for everything, and you could do anything with it, payments, storing data, whatever you need, basically. So, but we're not there, so we're trying to find some like alternative solutions, but those alternative solutions are not going to be the final solutions, because after that we will need to return to resolving the issue of making our original chains fast and like ubiquitous. So they have to be everywhere, because if we can replace centralized technology with decentralized one, we're going to see so many benefits. I think you should make a duck pit out of Gary Gensler. Why don't you like Gary? I think you do know that Gary actually is a professor in MIT, and he actually had a course in crypto, in blockchain technology. Lectures, you can find his lectures at the MIT website, So he's not anti-crypto, I wouldn't be so strict with him, but what happened with the tweet was very funny, actually. Somebody hacked their account and tweeted that those ETFs were approved just one day before they were actually approved, which is like incredibly stupid, so but there are people, so, and everyone, like, there are people, you need to understand that, so. And I don't think Gary is a bad person. Do you think that Waves 3.0 will be released at some point? Yes, I have some ideas. This is going to be not like Waves 3.0 will be Web 0. What is Web 0? You have like Web 3, which is like blockchain. Yeah. Web 2 was like Facebook, and Web 1 was static websites. Like, which one? I don't remember. Some like static websites. And Web3 is like blockchain. But they're all built on top of like very centralized infrastructure, which is the internet, because internet is very centralized. So no matter what decentralized technology you build on top of the internet, you still don't have a fully decentralized structure, because the internet itself is very centralized. So I think we should start from scratch, creating not Web 3 or Web 4 or Web 5, but Web 0. You know, the basis layer for decentralized interaction. And on top of that layer, we can build everything else. And although things will be decentralized, because the regional layer, the basis layer, is decentralized. So what I would like to do is to go into that direction, not trying to do some, like, you know, new decentralized exchanges, because there is so many people doing it at the moment, but get back to the roots and try to create a truly decentralized basis layer for everything. And this is what Waves 3.0 is going to be about. Hi, Sasha. When VVXT and LP will be able to export from Virus again? Yeah, I wanted to allow it, like, ask the developers to open this this week, but people claim a lot of XTM. And when I check how much XTM is left to claim, I can always see 0, you know, so I'm checking usually in the morning, kind of like European time, and there is 0 always. So it should actually change a bit, you know, in terms of, like, the number of available XTM to claim, because otherwise that import slash export does not really make sense. So when people ease up a bit on claiming all XTM they can find, you know, so we will enable it again. When does it happen? I think next week. Marcus Funk or Funk. Don't you think it would help WX price to burn significant amounts of WX from Team DAO? Yeah. Yeah, but it's like in cold wallets, man. So you can see that it's not moving actually. There's like, it's like in cold wallets, WX, they have not moved. So, like, only psychologically, because they're not in circulation, you know. So it's kind of, I don't think, and actually WX free float is pretty small. Check it out actually. So there is maybe, like, okay, I don't remember the numbers uh of off the top of my head, but I checked it, and the WX free float is quite low actually. So with some proper product marketing and some market action, it can be good. Burning some team WX, I don't think makes sense, because you can see where they are, you know, so they're in cold wallets and they have not moved. And maybe we can basically, what can happen, you know, so if there's some interest from some VCs, we can sell it to them, which is like good, because the proceeds, the money will be used to boost the product, you know. And actually, I think we need to list WX on some centralized exchanges, and I'm talking to several exchanges about that. Waves through the moon, absolutely, to the center of galaxy. When can we exchange USDT, WG directly to $1, since those are gateway funds? Yes, as you know, guys, this is a big problem and still not resolved. And hopefully, the plan that has been announced last year will finally work out. It will work out. The question is when. It should work faster because those VPAC stable coins are being bought back using WX fees, which are quite low currently. But I think with new releases, with the launch of units, uh, some people left the office. With the launch of units, yeah, it will become like more visible, the buyback procedure. For now, this is the plan. Unfortunately, basically, there is no other option for now. But there can be some other options after we've launched units. And I can tell you what options can be available then. But obviously, if the launch is successful, it should actually increase liquidity and create some options for resolving the situation much faster. So let's just wait, guys, until units is launched. Not much time to wait, basically a couple months. And let's see how successful it is. Yeah, marketing campaign hasn't started yet. It's in the works. Yeah. It's in the works because it's like it's gonna be how to say, multifaceted and like going into different directions, I would say. It's gonna be simple, but it is composed of like different parts. There's going to be an ambassador part. There's going to be a liquidity provision part. There's going to be a retro drop. There's going to, because the setup is not so simple due to L2MP token, like specifically, but in general, why we have this like setup, because the idea was to help resolve the issues that we faced, but at the same time launch the new network. So when you try to combine different things, sometimes you run into some difficulties. It's not like some kind of like insurmountable difficulties, but you have to take more time to like try to combine all those things into some streamlined, coherent campaign. And this is what we are doing now. When you have no legacy, it's so easy to move forward, guys. So yeah, it would be so awesome if we could start from scratch, but we can't do that. So we need some more time to think everything through properly. Waves ETF, it is approved. I approved it last week. Yes. You should start crypto lectures. No, I don't think so. Actually, no, this is not something that I'd like to do. I'd like to do some very practical things. Like, and I'm like a theoretical physicist by education, but I want to do some practical things, guys. Which I can feel and touch, tangible things. We don't hate Gary. Okay, yeah, this is good. So yeah, you should actually propose it to the DAX team to issue Gary NFT. If you solve all the situations with waves, grow a mustache for a week. Man, I don't think mustache becomes me. There's a black hole near the center of our galaxy. Maybe. It's not actually. There is some. I've always had some questions. to black hole guys, but like maybe some other time. What are your predictions for 2024? How do you look at this year? It's going to be a very interesting but tough year. Very interesting but very tough. And you can see that a lot of like new shit is happening in the world right now. So uh, and there's no like safe place in the world. So we have to live with what we have. So not try to hide somewhere, try to just sit it out. No, no, we have to live in the world we have, and we have to adjust yourselves and probably we have to improve the world because everywhere we can see the same shit. It's not that there is some shit in Russia or some shit in the US. Shit is everywhere, and you can't escape it. So we have to deal with it. And this is what we're gonna do this year. And when NSBT revival, please check out the announcement of the Neutrino team. Recently, they're preparing a launch on EVM chains. It's called Sagittarius A. Yeah. Maybe some other time I will discuss black holes, gravity, because I have some questions. Because I'm a theoretical physicist, which I mentioned somehow during this AMA. And there is some theories which I find not too reliable, I would say. Uh, CoinCap. Yeah. Because the thing is, we can use the CoinCap XT is asking why we don't swap WG into the proper asset directly. Because we use what we have, so we don't have BTC, but we have XTM, some like surplus XTM. So we use that XTM to basically release the stock funds. What you're suggesting, you can do yourself, so you can just claim that XTM and sell it immediately. And yeah, I'm not suggesting that you should hold it, you should actually sell immediately. And then basically get one-to-one conversion. Some love for Tsunami. Great product. Yes. Tsunami, I'm talking to the Tsunami team, and maybe we will find a way to actually somehow relaunch or revive the project. Are there any updates on Wake, Orient, IDO? Yes, Orient. So basically, what happens with Orient? I will explain both things. Like I'm a speaker for many projects on Waves, but not for all. So Orient, there's going to be a new West token, Waves West token, because there is new bridges on WX and West Waves token has to be swapped as well. And they're waiting for this event. And after that, they will be ready to launch. As for Wake, like, yes, so you should actually maybe, I'm in contact with them. And so basically, they're moving very slow, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm doing my best because I like the product, and Keeper is a very nice product. Install Waves Keeper. It's perfect. It's like, I really love it. But the team is very slow recently. So let's see how it goes. And because I'm kind of like responsible for this, so I'll do my best to launch week according to the announced plan. Yes, you guys have not so much time. I think I'll wrap it up in maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, I have to basically find the timestamp. Wait. So that there is no. 4 minutes to go. I will post the timestamp for you to see, like the final timestamp. Wait. I lost I lost YouTube. Yeah. Final timestamp. It's coming in 3 minutes. Yeah, good question, Galka. What next week? 1.5. This is the most important. Let's just leave it at that, I think, because 1.5 is very important. And the miners will start voting. Some other things, of course, will happen. Yeah, for example, Ambassador DAO new round. Join Ambassador DAO. It's the best ambassador program ever created by man. So because it's done differently, basically. You just earn some constant income stream and just join. And the new round comes next week. But I'd like to focus your attention on like the succession of the upcoming events. So now we launch 0.5, 1.5. Then we start campaign for units, and then the network launches around March. So this is very important. And there's going to be other updates on different protocols and products, launches of the tokens, updates on WX, but this roadmap is something that I want you to focus on. Waves 1.5, big campaign for units and the launch. This is very important for Waves, and we have to deliver, we have to execute. So help you guys. So I think you have like a couple of seconds to deposit into Axley. I will ask Axley team to maybe tell me who the winner is, or we can. I think this chat will be like disabled after the AMA is over, but you can share who the winner is in the main Waves channel, for example. Move camera because we can see only your shining head. Wow. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I moved the laptop. Okay, so yeah, okay, shining head, okay. Okay, guys, so I think this is a very good moment to start wrapping it up. Wait for the release. Finally, there is action, so we have been waiting for action and now it's coming. And let's see how it goes. This is going to be tough, but interesting, as I said. Okay, so guys, that's it for today. I wish you a nice week without like much problems from all those events that are happening around the world currently. So I hope you're in a safe place. But everything is going to be fine eventually. We're going through some period, but it will be over. Bad times are always over, like you don't have bad times forever. So I wish you a nice week. Stay with Waves, ride on Waves, power to the people. I love you all. Till next Friday. Bye, guys.